62% of parents of young children are now spending the same or more on childcare than their rent or mortgage. That's shocking, that really,
Yes,
isn't
that's
it?
according to Mumsnet and Pregnant Then Screwed, two leading organisations for mothers in the UK, interesting name, highlighting the financial challenges facing new parents. Jolie Burley, the CEO and founder of Pregnant Then Screwed, joins us now. Thank you so much for joining me. I mean, I guess the title of the organisation really says it, that parents today, some of them at least, are screwed.
Yeah, I mean, the title of the campaign is purposefully provocative, and it is because we have such systems as the childcare system that are forcing mothers out of work. I mean, who can afford to be paying the same amount in childcare as they are their rent or their mortgage? And what we found from the survey is that 1 in 4 families are having to skip meals or forego heating and fuel to be able to afford this. We have the second most expensive childcare system in the world, and it is forcing families out of work and into poverty.
Of course, I also would now like to take my opportunity to congratulate you on a fantastic name of an organisation. Fantastic stuff. Right. But clearly now this is a massive issue. Now, rent's aspiring, so clearly the cost of childcare must be as well if it's now in line with that. Do you think this is one of the reasons why actually people are waiting longer and longer to have children, or potentially not having them at all?
I mean, it absolutely is. Our survey demonstrated that it was 75% of families, 75% of people who don't have children said that childcare costs were the key reason why they've decided not to have kids. So all of this is showing us that by not investing in childcare, it's really bad for the economy. And time again, research has shown that if you invest in childcare, it is exactly that. It's an investment. The Women's Budget Group found that an investment in childcare creates almost 3 times as many jobs as the same investment in construction. A study that was done in Australia found that for every $1 you invest in childcare, you get $3 back. And it's not as if this would be something pioneering for the UK, because pretty much every other country is already doing this. Canada have just committed to invest $30 billion in their childcare sector to ensure that childcare is no more than $6 a day. Parents in this country are paying upwards of £100 a day. And the reason why Canada have done this is not out of the goodness of their hearts or for moral or ethical reasons. They've done it because they've demonstrated it is good for the economy. It is good for children. It is good for families. And the government keeps ignoring this issue. It didn't appear once in the spring budget statement. It was completely not there in the Levelling Up white paper that they produced. And we've been campaigning the last year for an independent review of the childcare sector so we can understand why it's all going so horribly wrong. And that campaign was rejected on International Women's Day. So what does the government mean when it talks about investing in hard-working families? Because families don't work without childcare.
And just finally, I mean, sometimes, I mean, what do you think about some of the debates when it comes to women's issues and feminist issues? I think oftentimes real material questions about childcare and women's economic situation seems to be less when we talk about the kind of political discussions when it comes to women's issues. Oftentimes we're often debating what a woman is versus actually issues that materially affect women, like childcare.
Yeah, we seem to forget that actually the gender pay gap is predominantly caused by motherhood because of all these barriers that women face when they have children and they try to progress their career. So our very expensive childcare system is forcing hundreds of thousands of mothers out of the workforce. It's forcing hundreds of thousands of more mothers to work fewer hours, and that puts them in part-time, low-paid work where they find it very difficult to progress their career. There's also the issue, of course, that we don't have decent paternity leave. And if we ring-fenced and properly paid paternity leave, then we'd see a more equal share of the domestic labour. So we'd see more dads doing more of the unpaid care work. And that would mean that we'd have better equality in the home, and therefore we'd have better equality in the workplace. But all of our systems and structures force women to take a back seat in terms of their careers, and that means we see fewer women in politics, we see fewer women in leadership positions, and it means women earn less and are poorer throughout their lifetimes. They have far
Okay.
less in their pay pot.
Okay, good stuff. Shirley, thank you very, very much. Shirley Brearley there.